Yes, sir. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to The Run with me, Manny Wilson, all the way from Detroit to Chicago to your speakers and headphones. I appreciate you tuning in into the first interactive sports podcast, a community. And make sure your voice is heard. So if you hear something you agree with, you disagree with, you like or you dislike, go ahead, shoot us a quick take on the voicemail line. That's 219-413-9405. And of course, we will play your take back on our next episode. And shout out to SeatGeek for sponsoring this episode. Get $20 off your first ticket purchase when you use the promo code The Run Podcast. These tickets this code only works if you use it on your first time purchase or the mobile app or website. So I don't know about you, but you better go check out some of these baseball games because my Tigers about to go to the World Series very soon. And I also got a special guest in the building. What's going on with you, Travis Hicks, sports reporter from Fox 47? What's going on with you, bro? How you feeling, man?
Man, doing good, man. Always a pleasure to be on your podcast, the best sports podcast out there. And it's been amazing every time you ask me to be on it. So doing good, man. Happy to be back.
Of course, man. I'm glad to have you on here. And it's truly my pleasure to always have you on and be able to bring you on a pod. So let's go ahead and discuss it, bro. So, some stuff is going on in the NFL right now. And the biggest thing that happened is Jalen Ramsey got sent over to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, this trade included multiple players, but John Newsmith, the tight end, who was formerly on the Dolphins, he got shipped over to the Steelers with Jalen Ramsey and a 7th-round draft pick in the 2027 draft. The Dolphins, they got safety Fitzpatrick in return and a 5th-round draft pick. What's your initial thoughts on this trade before we really break it down and start to unlayer all of these elements into it? What's your initial reaction?
I think it's a win for the Steelers. I think the Steelers are adding more to the defense. Jalen Ramsey, we know how great he is, trash talker. I think Jalen Ramsey is going to bring another element. Now you got Aaron Rodgers with DK on the offense, and now you're adding Jalen on defense already with TJ Watt. The Steelers might, I think what this move shows me, they're making one last run at what they believe could be a championship season. Because Mike Tomlin has obviously been amazing for a long time, hasn't had a losing record. I think they're really trying to make that run one more time to an AFC title game or a Super Bowl. So that's what that move showed me.
Okay. I'm not mad at that. To me, that was kind of on the same line of what I was thinking. Like, all right, they obviously trying to go all out and just go to the Super Bowl, make something happen. Especially since Aaron Rodgers is on this 1-year deal as well. So to me, I'm like, all right, that's clearly seems to be the case. But, I just don't want Steelers fans to be surprised when they go back to having another 9-8 season and a 1st-round exit, because despite the talent they've had over there, I mean, this is what they've consecutively got over the last 5 years, a 1st-round exit and a 9-8 record. As soon as Mike Tomlin hits that above 500, he's like, all right, I'm good. I'm done coaching for the year, and whatever happens, happens. So me seeing them get a quarterback, Aaron Rodgers, a guy who, I mean, he's got a lot to prove this year in terms of showing us how much longevity he has in his career, because a lot of people thought he was done after the Jets stints. I'm people in that instance, but adding another layer to the defense like Ramsey, I think is definitely helpful. But it'll be interesting to see, how it does play out. But this makes me wonder if they do happen to have another 9-8 season, 1st-round exit. You see Mike Tomlin getting fired for sure?
I hate saying this. Really, because, we always root for all the black coaches, but yes, I believe so, because they haven't won a playoff game in so long. You know what I'm saying? He hasn't won a Super Bowl since 2009, so it's been a long time. Even though he's been good and he's gotten, the AFC title game in the 2016 season when they lost to New England, it's just like, when is something going to give? When are you going to get another Super Bowl? When are you going to win more? Because they've been there. They always have a winning record. They're guaranteed to make the playoffs, so I hate saying it, if they don't at least win a playoff game, Mike Tomlin will be fired. They have to at least, win one playoff game, preferably an AFC title, because that's really what it should be with this team.
I think so too, but it's obviously gonna be tough now because the division is like, I mean, you could argue they got the hardest division in football. Some may say the NFC North, but I mean, you could also argue the AFC North is up there too, because I mean, Steelers. Even though no matter how bad the Browns are, for some reason those division games are just so unpredictable. Then you got the Ravens with Lamar Jackson, always going to be a problem over there. and also who else is over there? You got Ravens, Browns, um, Steelers, and somebody else. But I mean, even just them, the Ravens is already just a hard enough battle to go play twice a year. So I
Mhm.
mean, it's gonna be interesting to see what happens. From the defensive side, I really can see the Steelers relying on the defense to carry them in a lot of games like they did last year. Last year the offense didn't really click and didn't really begin to flow freely until the end of the season. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Steelers get carried by that defense again, compared to last year how they similarly did.
Oh yeah, I think the Steelers are going to definitely be carried by the offense. I mean the defense. I mean offensively, I'm interested to see what Aaron Rodgers is going to do with weapons. Not saying he didn't have weapons with the Jets. I believe he did, but the team overall structure was just not good. So now he has DK. They've always had a decent run game, the Steelers, and now he's playing with one of the most elite defenses really over the past decade. Steelers have really never had a bad defense in our lifetime. So I
Yeah.
think like they have all the tools to really make like a deep run. It's just the thing is Aaron Rodgers is in his 40s. That defense is still great. They've only
Yeah.
just been needing a QB. I think this team would be a Super Bowl team if they had like a prime QB. Like if it was prime Rodgers, they might go 17-0 and win every. I swear on that.
Facts.
But I think this team, the way it's structured right now, especially after this move today, 10-7, 11-6. That's how I see it.
Mm. Yeah, I can agree with that. And I so just looking at this team and looking at everybody they have on here, on the offensive end, it makes me think. I'll bring this point up because I'm an Aaron Rodgers fan. I've vouched for Aaron Rodgers for a long time, especially in his prime when he was getting compared to Brady and all of this stuff. And this nonsense, some people still debate it, but I was a person who was just vouching for Aaron Rodgers. I always thought Aaron Rodgers had just a little more skilled than Tom Brady. Tom Brady has some great teams, but that's a whole nother debate for a different day. But the offense that Aaron Rodgers is going to be playing with, we've seen the loaded offense he had when he was in New York with the Jets. Nothing happened from it. Now he's with the Steelers, got DK Metcalf, Jonnu Smith, Kels Johnson, and Jalen Ramsey on the defense, Darius Slay on the defense. Like, the team is stacked from a personnel standpoint. So it makes me wonder, like, how much help does this dude need? Like, that's the only question I continue to think of, because I'm like, all right, you already came from a situation where you had a stacked offense. Now you come to another situation, stacked offense, stacked defense. And if you can't succeed here, I have nothing left to say where I can vouch for you as someone who's a legendary quarterback and someone who just has some great seasons and on the same level as Brady. I can't put you on that level. I can't put you in certain conversations anymore if you don't succeed with the Steelers when you have this talented of a roster here.
Oh yeah, because then the thing is, Aaron Rodgers only has one ring. His last Super Bowl, or the only Super Bowl, was 2011. Granted, he is one of those that's technically 100%. But it's like when we look at somebody like Brady, who's my goat. I'm happy you brought up Brady. That's my favorite player of all time. Like, and I'll be honest, Aaron Rodgers is one of the most talented QBs of all time. Before Mahomes, I would say Rodgers, in my opinion, had probably one of the most greatest arms I've ever seen. Still one of the greatest arms. But like I think Rodgers with this team, you got to at least win a playoff game because we've seen other guys with other teams win a Super Bowl. Brady was solidified him really winning in Tampa Bay. Peyton, even though he got carried that last Super Bowl, he still won another Super Bowl outside of Indianapolis when he won with Denver. And he was, really good in the other, obviously with the Broncos. So Aaron Rodgers has to at least be good and at least get a playoff win because even Joe Montana, he made the AFC title game with the Chiefs. So every great quarterback that's gone to another team has had, really good, stats.
This is true. This is true, and it's happened time after time. And now this is why I said, like, maybe some of these conversations he can't get thrown into if he doesn't succeed with the Steelers. Now, one of the things I do want to talk about, like, kind of going back to the division here. The team I was missing was the Bengals. They have literally no breaks in this division. Bengals, Ravens, Browns. You're seeing them both twice a year, and then you look at the rest of their schedule. It's not necessarily, a cakewalk here. So I kind of think of this here. Do you see the Steelers, possibly? I was about to get real disrespectful, but I'm not going to do that. I was going to say, I could see them losing to the Ravens possibly twice. I could see them possibly losing to the Bengals twice. It's a chance it could happen. Obviously, one is at home, one is away, but
Oh, yeah.
anything happens in these division games. And with the Ravens, they are a stacked team on both sides of the ball. Bengals, you just can't count Joe Burrow out. If he has the ball and the chance to win, he's most likely going to win. But I look at this here and I'm like, the best chance for the Steelers to really, try and solidify themselves is making sure they can beat the Browns. But even the Browns are quite promising, if you will. So when I look at the division, I'm like, they could really get screwed just because of the division they're in, even if they take care of business everywhere else.
Oh, yeah. I think, and that's not disrespectful to say, the Ravens, they should have potentially won a Super Bowl over the last 3 years with how great Lamar has been. Rob was actually talking about yesterday how he should have won the MVP. So that's not disrespectful at all. Joe Burrow had an amazing stats. He just literally had one of the worst defenses of all time. That's why he missed the postseason. So those teams are amazing. Now, I would have said it would have been disrespectful. You said they're going to lose both games like the Browns. That just won't happen. They're going to beat the Browns. I believe they're going to beat the Browns both games. They're at least going to get – I believe they're going to split with the Bengals and Ravens because the Steelers, if they can at least win one of those at home, yes, but they could also lose both games because, like, last year when we bring up Joe Burrow threw 9 touchdowns against the Ravens in 2 games and lost both games. So, like, it could happen. So that's not a bad take at all.
Yeah, so I'm looking at the schedule. Obviously, we know that first game is going to be against New York. And I'm not going to go too far in the schedule of who the Steelers play. But, again, obviously that division is going to be tough. Aaron Rodgers is going to have to see Green Bay. He's going to have to play the Chargers, the Colts, which is, kind of some gimmies. But then he got this stretch toward the end of the season, which gets brutal. So the brutal stretch, you come off a division game in Week 11 against the Cincinnati Bengals. You play the Chicago Bears, who are somewhat promising. You play the Buffalo Bills. Then you see another division rival in the Baltimore Ravens. Then you got to go you play Miami at home, which you can't really sleep on them. You don't know which Miami you'll get. You play the Lions, the Cleveland Browns, which is the division game. Can't count that out. And you go back or you play Baltimore again to wrap up the season. So they have a brutal stretch from Week 11 to Week 18. And I think, despite how the Steelers start off, that's going to be the defining point of their season. Once you hit Week 11, then we'll kind of know what type of Steelers team we really seeing here and if they're legitimate or if they're just, playing around and beating the bad teams.
Oh, yeah. No, I definitely agree. I think because Week 11, that's near like the postseason mark. You're going to see what these teams are really about, not just the Steelers, but that division is really tough. Outside of the Lions division, I would say it might be the best division in football because, all 3 of those teams, well, 2 of those teams made the playoffs. The Bengals were off by 1 game. So yeah. I think this is prime time. I believe the Steelers versus Bengals, this might be a hot take. Steelers versus Bengals, both games. Steelers versus Ravens, both games. Those should be primetime games, in my opinion. That should either be a Thursday night, Sunday night, or Monday night every time they play.
I'm not mad at that. I mean, we've been getting a classic from each of those games, over the past few years. So I would be perfectly fine with that. And the whole flex thing that the NFL has been doing in terms of swapping teams last minute into prime time and all of that, I'm sure it's probably annoying as hell with the players, like knowing, all right, we got to play in prime time tonight, and then all of a sudden, nope, your game's moved up or your game's moved back a little bit. So I'm sure it's a little frustrating, but I love it. As a viewer, it's amazing the way they flex some of these games. Like if a team is on a 6-game win streak, they put them in prime time against this team now. I think that's great for the league. I think it's probably great for viewership as well. But anyway, look, man, we got some more stuff to cover. So we're going to hang tight. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to jump into some more stuff. Our guy got into some trouble, man. So our guy done got into some trouble. So we'll talk about that in just a sec. But don't go anywhere. It's halftime. We'll be right back. All right, and we still live.
Nice. Hey, I hope you felt good about that one. I thought that one was pretty good.
It was. No, I definitely thought it was good. It's annoying to me, bro, because I don't know what is going on with my audio.
I'm sorry. The only reason why you see me flip, I had it fly in here.
Oh, you are good. You are straight. I'm about to try and switch my headphones, bro, because I don't know what is going on with this audio. I really hope it's okay, but it's almost like my mic ain't even on, bro, and I can tell. Damn. Yeah, Yeah, I need to. It's killing me, bro.
Hey, I'll be right back. I'm about to move my clothes in the dryer really quick.
Go ahead, do your thing, bro. It's halftime. I hope y'all can hear me. Boy, I'm gonna be sick. If you're not, I mean, let me know too. If you can't hear me, if it is something, yeah, now I feel like it's a little bit better. But if you can't hear me, let me know. Because I'm gonna be sick if I gotta scrap this. Yeah, I'm gonna be sick if I gotta scrap this. But it should be fine now. I think I'm okay now.
Oh, sweet. I hope the first one still went good. I hope it.
I hope it's good too, bro. I'm gonna be sick because you know this the clips and everything I be using. So
Do you still have that girl editing?
yeah, she still edits sometimes with plus points. Yep.
I'm so happy you got that partnership, bro. It's so funny. This dude, he's at my barber shop. He's a barber. He doesn't really cut my hair, but this dude's just kind of crazy. He sees like obviously the clips we're in because he follows me on Instagram. He was like, "How you on your podcast?" I was like, "It's not mine." He goes, "I looked at your Instagram. It's like 8 videos or something." And I was just like, "Dude," I was like, "I'm gonna guess it's my buddies." And he started saying all these ridiculous takes, how like LeBron's not a top 5 player. He was like, "Let me get on the pod." I'm like, "Bro, first of all, it's not my pod, and two, if you just want to say crazy takes to get clicks, I wouldn't even ask my boy to get on because you're not like you're just saying that because you think people are gonna be like, oh, LeBron's not top. Like you don't have no definitive reason why you feel that."
Hey,
Then
you know
just
what? Go ahead, my bad. My bad.
No, I was just saying like because he was saying that, and some other guys were like, "Man, you guys do a great job." I was like, "I love podcasting." I said, "The thing is, if you're going to be on a podcast, have a reason why you're saying it. Like people just think, oh, I could just say this crazy shit and it's going to get a million views." It's like, no, it doesn't work. Like Skip, like Rob and them, they actually mean the stuff they say. Like,
Dead ass,
and
bro. This man Rob Parker, man Rob will legit sit there, bro. When I went to brunch when he was here, he brought up some shit about LeBron, and I was like, Rob, I'm like, Ron, low key to go, bro. I was like, come on, man. And everybody at the table like, please don't start with this man, because he threw his the greatest finals failure of all time, whatever. He threw that out there, and I'm like, Rob, come on, man. I'm like, but to get there is something crazy, and they like, you falling for his trap? You falling for his trap?
he did that with me Sunday when we met about Steph Curry. I said, like, Steph's the greatest shooter. And Rob goes, "You defend him because you both are light skinned." I was like, "Rob, I love you." But I was like, "Bro, he's the greatest shooter ever." Like, I hate when you say he's not. And we were arguing for a minute because I said Boston solidified his legacy. And this is a topic we could potentially do one day. I told him, because he was saying how he would still take KD. I said the KD comparisons for me ended in 2022. He got swept by the team Steph beat in the finals. And Steph won with Jordan Poole, Wiggins. These aren't bad players, by the way. These are role players. But, like, he won pre-Kevin Durant, during Durant, and after Durant. So I don't want to hear about that.
This is true.
So,
and for this reason,
that's my guy, man. I'm willing to die on that hill for Steph.
No, for this reason, that's a big reason why I even be like why I vouch for Steph like he did. A lot of people be on his head because they like, oh.
Oh man, you went out. Your audio. Oh, now I can hear you.
Yeah, but I was like, when he got that one in Boston, because everybody be on Steph head like, oh, he ain't got no Finals MVP, he ain't got this, he ain't got that. But I'm like, bro, when he got that Finals MVP in Boston, bro, it was no more discussion about if he's the greatest PG of all time, bro. At least to me, I'm like, ain't no more discussion. There's nothing to discuss about it, no more.
Right.
All right, look, because we gonna end up talking about everything.
I know. That's why I love talking sports with you, because we can talk sports all day.
Man, and I still don't know if this freaking mic is I don't even know if my audio. Does it sound okay? Like, can you hear me? Does it sound like regular?
Yeah, but it sounds good, and the echo cancellation's gone, so that's good.
For sure. I wonder if that's a reason why. But all right, let's do it, man. Let's jump into this. All All right, man. So welcome back to the Run with me, Manny Wilson. I'm still here with my special guest, Travis Hicks, sports reporter from Fox 47. Now, look, man, our guy is in some trouble. Damn it, our guy is in some trouble, Travis. I mean, I didn't think it was going to come down to this. We was having a pretty good offseason so far. Everything was looking very promising. And then all of a sudden, Shams just, he broke the breaking news. He said the U.S. District Attorney's Office is investigating Detroit Pistons guard Malik Beasley on allegations of gambling related to NBA games. Beasley, what the hell, bro?
To start off, I would say it's bad. It's bad. This explains why he was so bad in the playoffs. Like, he was terrible against the Knicks. People are saying, like, oh, he was second in the NBA in threes, all that. He had an amazing regular season. Then he disappeared in the postseason. Our season literally ended on him dropping a pass where he could have hit a three to win the game. Now I'm starting to think, did he sell his parlay? Or did he just sell our team for his parlay? Matter of fact, was he trying to cover the spread? Because we lost that game by 2 points. So I just think it's very dumb on his part. You're a millionaire. You have so much money. You had the best season of your career, and you were going to get a bag this offseason. Now you're not only not going to more than likely be re-signed by the Pistons, you could be thrown out the league. Like, you could go to prison. So, like,
he about to be playing ball with Jonte Murray now. And they say he about to be out there with ain't that his name, Jonte Murray?
Yeah, that's his name, bro.
Yeah, they about to run the twos court in the cell.
Yeah, they're gonna look like the Splash Brothers. They're gonna look like Stephen Clay in 2016. Those dudes are like, they're gonna see like a pickup game to 12 that they've never seen before. They're not gonna miss.
Man, yeah, Malik Beasley and Jonte Porter, them boys about to go crazy on the yard, and don't nobody want to see. And they taking all bets. They finna clean up. They finna have hella money on their number. So it's about to be over with, man. And I hate that as soon as Detroit finally get a little bit of light, a little bit of promise to help Cade out, and a little bit of a foundation, we get hit with something like this.
Yeah, it's bad. I'll be honest. I will say this: even though by his mistakes, it's an opportunity now to bring back Hardaway and Dennis Schroeder. Hardaway had a good postseason, and I would like to keep both of them. I do believe you would still get a lot of good production from them. But Malik Beasley, he just, it's sad, man. Like, you had the best year of your career, year 9. You'll probably never duplicate that career again. Like, even if this didn't happen, because nobody saw this coming. And it's just like, for what? Like, to gain, like, you already make millions. I don't understand regular guys like me who might, like, we're trying to make money. You already have the money, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Like, so I just think he blew it.
Yeah, he definitely blew it. And my thing is, you as an NBA player, they make it extremely clear on the guidelines of like anything that's associated with gambling, like is a suspension. They make it extremely clear of what you can do and what you cannot do in terms of gambling, especially since the league has approved a partnership with FanDuel, DraftKings, and all these other networks that are gambling platforms. So you should know, even if it's just you giving a little small hint to family members, friends, whatever the case is, you should know the league has a way of finding out, bro. There's plenty of documentaries out here. There's plenty of footage. There's plenty of people who have vouched that the NBA is damn near connected to the FBI when it comes to running their league. Like, same with MLB and same with NFL. Like, they have all said it multiple times that, yeah, we have our own agents that investigate and do this and do that. So it's like, to me, why even risk doing something so silly? And you said it best, bro. You already making millions. How much more do you need? You about to get a bag this summer because you had a great season. So how much more do you need, bro? Like, that's why when I see stuff like this, I struggle, because I'm like, now you're hurting yourself. Now you done shot yourself in the foot.
Oh yeah, it's just like, because now it's like, for what? Like you just said, you have millions. It's like over a bet, and the thing is, that bet, even if you get it, is not even going to cover your salary, or it's not even going to. Like, the thing is, your contract is more than. I guarantee his contract is more than the bet he was trying to put in. So it's just like, when people say, like, I saw some tweets, people saying it could have been like for his family members. He could just give them a check. He could literally write me right now a $20,000 check. My bills will be covered the next 5 months. So, like, what I'm saying? So I just feel like he just, he ruined it for himself. And he was on a good thing. Like Detroit, we're a young team. We're on the come up. Literally, with all the injuries, the East is wide open. So Malik Beasley, you really picked the worst time to do. There's never a right time to do this. This is absolutely the worst time to do this.
That is facts, bro. All I can say now, look, hey, Jonte Porter about to get a new teammate. And if it's not Jonte Porter, Boogie Cousins over there with the Shanghai Sharks, you about to get a new shooter over there. You about to get a new teammate. Who else playing overseas? Patrick Beverly, you about to get a new teammate. Because ain't no way. If this man's found guilty, ain't no way that Malik Beasley is about to stay in the NBA. He's going somewhere. You about to go play with Pat Bev, Jonte Porter in a cell somewhere on the yard, or you going to play with Boogie Cousins overseas? You blew it. You blew it, man. So, I don't know. As far as now, this makes me, think about the direction of the Pistons. Obviously, we know, Malik Beasley was a huge factor for the Detroit Pistons. He was our main shooter. And now that he's gone, and we might have to look somewhere else for free agency, is there any other, people that you think would be a good pickup in free agency now that we've seen it play out a little bit with the whole Nas Reed situation and Santi Aldama, he's not going anywhere. So any other prospects you think would be a good choice for Detroit at this point?
Oh, yeah, like a Karis LeVert, I think he would be perfect for us. That's why I'm saying I think we should re-sign Tim Hardaway, make him, well, maybe not a starter. Actually, you know what? Actually, I take that back. I take back the Karis LeVert pick. I'm going to say this. I think we're fine because you got Jaden Ivey coming back. I'm not going to say my boy Jaden. Jaden coming back, you re-sign Tim Hardaway, have Hardaway come off the bench, you're good right there. So, because I just realized Ivey, even if we re-signed Beasley and this didn't happen, Ivey was always coming back, so that would have been multiple guards. So I figure right now, I think with the Pistons, with how young they are, you build around Ivey and Cade. You bring back Tim Hardaway, Tobias, who was balling in, the postseason. And if you were going to make a move, I would still potentially try to look at Miles Turner. But honestly, I wouldn't be mad if the Pistons kept their same core and do what the Tigers did. And what I mean by that comparison, people are saying Tigers need to make offseason moves after losing to the Indians last year. No, Tigers are like the Oklahoma City Thunder, young team, could be a championship, if you get my reference. Young team, you just let them build, and now you see Scooble, who's about to win the Cy Young. So Pistons, I believe the same thing. Cade's going to be 24. This could be an MVP season for him. I believe super teams don't work anymore. Build it with your youth, and the Thunder just showed that, by them winning the title, and we're getting out of that super team era. So if they were to make a move to answer your question, it doesn't need to be nothing big at all. It could just be another role player to add to the depth.
No, that sounds good. I actually like that. And I'm glad you switched it up with, making sure we don't try and, make anyone else a starter or make any crazy moves because Ivy is coming back. Now, Ivy's going to be, he's a great player. He was already on to a great season before he did get hurt. And I think signing somebody like Karis LeVert could definitely shift the dynamic of the team, especially since he's not like a pure shooter. His game is actually very similar to Jaden Ivey. So it's like we wouldn't really necessarily need someone to come in and mimic Jaden Ivey's game when he's going to be here and present. So I like that whole idea, maybe bring this is probably more of an incentive to bring back Hardaway Jr. so we can have some sort of shooting on the team because he's gotten hot plenty of times. Still got Tobias, but, it's still a step in the right direction, but it definitely sets us back just a little bit.
Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure, because you're missing that three-point shooting. There's somebody we've seen hit 9, 10 threes in the game. So that's 27 and 30 points right there. So, it's definitely going to hurt.
Yeah, it definitely will, man. Anyway, so, look, we're going to wrap up, but let the people know where they can find you on socials or check out any of your work on any other platform as well.
Manny, I always appreciate you having me for one, and everybody can check me out, Travis_reporter on Twitter, Travis6_reporter on Instagram, and Travis6_reporter on YouTube, posting daily content about 3 news stories every week. So please subscribe to the channel, and please, most importantly, stay tuned with Manny. He works very hard. Best sports podcast out there. It's always a pleasure. Literally, my dream would be just talk sports with Manny every day if I couldn't get paid for it. I think that would be awesome.
Bro, we gonna make it happen, bro. No, that's the plan. That's the plan. I know we both also work outside of media, and well, you work in media too. So, but you still have a work schedule. I also have a work schedule, so it's like tough. But that's the plan of making that happen, of where we can just get on the pod and then talk over and over and over. So, but no, man, I appreciate you. Y'all definitely got to go check out all his content and stuff, man. Definitely some great stuff he's putting out there. And then I'm gonna leave y'all with a positive note here. And then the positive note is just gonna be as simple as be grateful, man. Just be grateful for your situation. If you don't like it, just know you still got the power to change it. So be grateful for your situation. That's the positive note. Other than that, look, man, that's all I got for you today. I appreciate y'all for hanging with me, for kicking it. And then we'll be back later on this week, and so on and so on and so on.
Man, amazing podcast, bro.